going to be talking about the details of death as a major theme in Hamlet, and we're going to be looking at the main characters that die. Okay, so the first person to die in Hamlet is King Hamlet. He is the former king of Denmark. He is Prince Hamlet's father. He is murdered by his brother, Claudius, and Claudius poisons him in the ear. And King Hamlet returns as a ghost to tell Hamlet to avenge his murder. And I kind of thought that he came back because his soul couldn't move on until he resolved his unfinished business, which was getting revenge on Claudius for killing him. Okay, next we have Polonius. Polonius is a member of Claudius's royal court. He is Laertes and Ophelia's father. And the king and queen give him instruction to spy on Hamlet because they think there's something wrong with him. And he uses his daughter Ophelia to do that. And Hamlet kills him accidentally when he was hiding behind a curtain or a tapestry in Hamlet's mom's room. And he thought it was Claudius, and he killed him. Okay. Next we have Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. They're friends of Hamlet from the school he was going to, Wittenberg. And we don't really see a lot of them in the play, but they're asked by Hamlet's parents, or his mom and his uncle, to come and kind of spy on him, because they figure since they're friends, since they're his friends, that they can get more information without him knowing. And there's a point in the play where Hamlet writes a play called The Mousetrap, and he wants to see Claudius's reaction to it, to see if the play is basically a reenactment of Hamlet's father's murder. And this play kind of alerts Claudius that Hamlet knew that he killed his father. And so Claudius sends Rosencrantz and Guildenstern and Hamlet to England. And Claudius has written a letter to the king of England to have Hamlet killed as soon as he gets there. But Hamlet intercepts the letter and changes it to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, so they're killed instead of Hamlet. And that's how they die. Ophelia is Polonius' daughter and the sister of Laertes. She's sort of Hamlet's girlfriend in the play. And she's very composed and classy, and you wouldn't really think that she would go crazy, but she does. She goes crazy, I guess, with grief after her father is killed by Hamlet. And in the play, there's discrepancy about whether her death was accidental or suicide, but she drowned in a river. Okay. Next is Queen Gertrude. She is Hamlet's mother. She is recently widowed from King Hamlet. She's the Queen of Denmark. Hamlet is really disgusted with his mother throughout the play because she married his uncle. He sees her as a woman wholly motivated by lust, and she dies at the end of the play from drinking poison wine. And Gertrude feels guilty throughout the play for marrying her dead husband's brother, but she's not suspicious of Claudius at all. Next is Laertes. He is in France for a majority of the play, but he is Ophelia's brother and Polonius' son. He's an ambassador to France. He's not fond of Hamlet because he thinks that he's going to break his sister's heart, so he doesn't really like him. And when he returns from France to find his father and his sister dead, first he blames Claudius, then Claudius somehow convinces him that it's Hamlet's fault, and he remains angry at him for the rest of the play, and he tries to kill him. Laertes is killed by Hamlet in a fencing match by a poisoned sword. Okay. Next is Claudius. He is the new king of Denmark, and he's Gertrude's new husband. His brother is killed his brother, and he's planning to kill his nephew in order to keep his crown. That's the only thing that's important to him. He was almost killed by Hamlet. After Hamlet showed the play that he had written, he knew he was guilty. He knew that someone knew what he had done, and he went to go pray for forgiveness. And Hamlet walked in on him, and I guess he was planning to kill him, but he didn't want his soul to go to heaven. So he didn't kill him, because he thought that if he killed him while he was praying, he would go to heaven. And Claudius feels guilty for killing his brother, but then again, he doesn't really care because all he wants is the crown. And Claudius finally dies from poisoned sword and drinking the wine by Hamlet. And the last person to die in the play is Hamlet. He is the Prince of Denmark and a student at Wittenberg. Hamlet is feeling a lot of emotions during the play. He's in love with Ophelia. He's disgusted with his mother for marrying Claudius. He's grieving because his father died. And he's crazy, either to get people to leave him alone so they won't suspect him, or because he really is crazy because of all these emotions that he's feeling. And he is also afraid of death, but he's not afraid of dying. He's afraid of what will happen after death. Religion is very important, sort of, in this play also, because Hamlet is debating whether or not to kill himself, because it is a sin in the Christian religion to take one's own life. But he is considering suicide. I think the only reason he doesn't kill himself is because of the religious factor. And Hamlet dies at the end of the play. He's wounded by a poisoned sword in a fencing match with Laertes, and the poison kills him, not the actual wound of his sword. And basically, in this play, every one of the main characters dies except for Horatio. The play is a revenge play. It's also one of Shakespeare's greatest tragedies. And the play gives a cynical suggestion that there's only one result for both inaction and action, which is death. And basically this means that if there's a conflict at hand and you don't do anything about it, you die. And if you try to do something about the situation, you die. So everybody dies. And also, did you know, in the play, the word heaven is mentioned 56 times, the word hell is mentioned 11 times, virtue is mentioned 15 times, and sin is only mentioned once in the play.